Alright, in this video we're going to go over the field memos that are required for ACT. I'm on the Canvas page, down low assignments. This is the only place you'll find these. They're, of course, in the syllabus portion. There's other indicators that you have to complete them, but the only place you really find any information about them is down here. There's an overview, where you can find in written form what I'm going to cover through this video. You'll notice there are 9 of them. You must complete 9 field memos throughout the year, so on average 1 per month. One or a couple of those could happen over the summer. Better that they happen each month that you're in school teaching, because that's when you're going to have the most stuff happening, obviously. The field memo is really kind of an ongoing, there it is right there, the field memo. And I need to spread these out a little bit. You can write under them. It's really an ongoing sort of journaling activity, for lack of a better term. I like journaling a lot. I think it's a really powerful professional development tool. As you track your own progress, you reflect on your own progress. And again, in every assignment there's some reflection. I explained at the beginning of this, the overview video of this program. Really, the cornerstone of it is critical reflection and analysis. That's where you really learn. We don't want you just to regurgitate information back to us. We want you to reflect on how you're doing based on your own evaluation of your own performance and feedback you're getting from your mentors and other observers regarding the work that you're doing inside and outside of the classroom, inside teaching and outside to prepare for the classroom. And this is kind of an anchor document for all those kind of notes. This doesn't have to be really pretty. I don't think your faculty mentor may want it to be prettier. If I mentor you, I don't care how pretty it is, because I think a journal is, in the old days it was written on, ripped up, scribbled in, stuff like that. That doesn't happen in the digital age, but it doesn't have to be pretty. It can be bullet pointed, whatever format you want it to take. It's perfectly fine. But each month, and you'll, with your faculty mentor, meet to decide when you're going to have this meeting, probably on the same day, same time every month, so that it's easy to schedule. It's just going to be an intrusive checkpoint. This is required as part of the intrusive walk beside mentoring model that we've developed for this program. They're going to reach out to you. This is something that's required as part of your grade. This is how we track that. How you note this is the completion of this field memo. So before you meet with your mentor, you're going to go through this field memo and just make notes. Look, it says the first one is summarize your progress in the volume. So how am I doing, tracking, how many do I have complete, how many am I working on, just kind of a way to keep track. Describe positive developments in your classroom practices. Address areas such as instruction, assessment, classroom management, and differentiation. Be sure to reference progress and at least 2 Colorado Teacher Quality Standards. So here you're tying into the Colorado Teacher Quality Standards. It's about your progress there. And then identify areas for growth. So this would really be more tied to your... There's not an intention that you say, well, I'm kind of falling behind on completing this volume. That's not what we're talking about. Areas of growth really are directly tied to your classroom instruction, to your classroom performance. Where do I really need to grow? It'll tie more back into the CTQS elements, because that's where we're marking that off point by point. Shall identify areas for growth, and and this is something you might have already discussed with your mentor, and it's going to be ongoing once you discussed it. So the first time you do this, it may be harder. Moving forward, this is going to be a very easy thing to fill out. You're going to know. This is just a way to document where you're at. And then address any areas of concern. I think within the areas for growth, you'll identify some. When you meet with your mentor, you're going to identify some ways to address that. And you'll note that in this plan. So when you meet with your mentor, you're going to add some things to this, or they'll add some things to this document before you ultimately submit it. And any areas of concern, major, that's going to come out in identified areas for growth, but this could be other things like struggling with parent concerns, struggling with the particular student in management. And so address those here. Leave kids' names off of this, by the way. Just generally state that you're having trouble with a student or a parent or something like that. And just to alert your faculty mentor, really to remind yourself that you want to have a conversation so they can provide support and help you find other resources for solving that problem. And then there's a place down here for faculty mentors to make notes. So once you've had the meeting, you've had some discussion, you've made some notes to this, kind of have plans moving forward, faculty mentor makes some more notes potentially, maybe they don't, and they'll say submit this. Once you submit this, faculty mentor will mark it as complete, and you will have completed that 2 requirements there, the meeting with your faculty mentor as noted really by this field memo. So once field memo's done, field memo 1's done, you'll upload it here to this assignment. Your faculty mentor will mark that complete, and that's all there is to that one, really kind of a simple assignment. There's a description also, which basically just says everything I told you. Again, really easy. Meet with your mentor, here's some things to talk about. We'll probably adjust this memo document. I aligned this to when we designed this program, we said here are the things we're going to be doing to the state of Colorado. So that's why these specific questions are here. We'll probably add a little bit to this as time goes on because we're going to realize maybe it's not as robust as we need it to be, and it doesn't allow for as much discourse as we'd like to have with you or you'd like to have with us. So this may change, but for now that is the memo that you'll start with. So pretty easy one, but probably one of the more important ones, if not the most important one. Through these memos, you might always, of course you're going to keep all this stuff because you're going to upload it, but most likely there'll be pieces of this that you can use as evidence for meeting your CTQS ACT portfolio assignment requirements. As usual, if there are any questions on this, feel free to reach out to me, Curt Turner, Program Director, or your faculty mentor, who is, as always, your one-stop shop.